Good morning. I wanted to share a little bit of how to deal with Khan Academy. I had some experiences with this in another school, so I wanted to share some of this on how to kind of connect it with your classes if you don't already know that. So, in support of that, let me share this. You go into login. You don't want to do sign up. You can go into login, or if you have to sign up because you've never done it before, go in as a teacher and continue with Google. I have to go to login because I already have an account, but the first time you go in with Google. Either way, when you log in, you use your school ID. This definitely is a time that you want to use your school ID. I'm sorry I have so many different Google IDs. That's just the nature of the work that I do. Anyway, it says, let's get started. And it asks, what classes are you teaching? This assumes that you've signed in as a teacher. If you signed in accidentally as a student, you may have to wait a day to go back in because the database updates overnight. Anyway, so you're going in as a teacher and you go down and you can pick, it doesn't matter what you pick at this point, you're going to pick SAT prep, okay? And you're going to click continue. I'm going to stop, hide this. Click continue. It's going to set you up. Now, this is going to give you an empty class. Let that go. What's going to happen is we're going to sync this up with my Google Classroom. So we're going to go to add new class right here, okay? Now, understand the difference between class and course. Course is what Khan Academy delivers. Classes are who you bring to Khan Academy. That's the difference. Courses are what Khan delivers. Classes are what you bring, or your groups of students. So I'll go into my class name, and it says enter your class name. It also says import your class from Google Classroom. So I'll go into that, and it says connect to Google Classroom account. So now I'm going to collect my Google Classroom account, and there it does find it. And I'm just randomly going to pick my first capstone kid right in here, click the capstone experience. I'm going to set this up, and then a moment later I'm going to delete it. But it's going to import my class from Google Classroom. So all of these kids are getting a link. It's also sending an email to all of the students in that class, which the students will never receive. Student emails are actually student emails are firewalled, so it cannot get emails from Khan Academy or the College Board, but at least it does provide the leverage to be able to bring in most of these kids. So I can tell from this roster that it's actually, this is my period 8. I just happen to know this is my period 8 capstone class. And you'll see that students, I have 20 of them in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. So I have 26 in that class. 6 of them are still not on board. I actually have 28, 2 of them have never showed. If I need to add new students, I can invite your Google Classroom. I can have students join with a class link. I can create the students' accounts. Now, what if I need to give a kid a classroom join code? Go to settings. Right there is your join code. Right there is your join code. Now, what if I completely foobar this and I make a complete hash of it and I need to start over? Not that big a deal. In settings, you can also delete the class. You can also subscribe to a weekly class summary. You can turn on test preparation reporting so you can talk about connecting to the test prep, all of that. There's no course attached to this, so if I change the course, that's one of the things I have to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose SAT, make sure that I've assigned the SAT course to that. There's also some SAT tools that I encourage you to take a look at to show about how things are practiced and all of that. I found with SAT, it's been a couple of years since I've used it, so I'm still catching up. But I will tell you that it gave me great data. I had an experiment I ran with this 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago. It was in the 2018, 2019 year. I did it with sophomores, the seniors who just graduated. And so my experience with Khan back then was actually a fairly positive one. So let me know how I can support you. I hope that video helped. Thanks.